Old soul in the new energy. Many people have been experiencing an energetic burst of energy and are unsure of what it is attributed to. It could be from solar flares and coronal mass ejections, or it might be the energy being sent from the galactic center of our galaxy. As we look at the world today, it is tempting to think of it as dark and falling apart. We are, however, in a transition process. Humanity is moving into higher consciousness, and we now have more positive energy on the planet than we have negative. For centuries, we functioned from an old, negative consciousness of war, violence, cruelty, and the need for power. This is now changing. The change may seem slow, but humanity is shifting toward peace, cooperation, and compassion. It may not seem this way at this time, but the increased negativity we see is the dark consciousness putting up its last fight for survival. Dark energy will resist change, even if that change is for the better. We are creatures of habit and we tend to like the way things are, or, we often wish to go back to the way things were. We enjoy the familiar, even if the familiar is negative. Human consciousness is now shining more light upon the planet. Because of this, we are becoming a positive world. This increased light does have its temporary problems. It will bring out the suppressed darkness that was within humans for a long time. If a light is shined into an abandoned warehouse, rats and other pests scatter and run around. The pests were always there, they were merely hiding in the dark. As more light shines from human consciousness, the world becomes more transparent, the deviousness of people becomes known. The new consciousness will not tolerate shady ways of thinking anymore. We see examples of this in various forms of protests, social and environmental movements, and/or the exposure of corruption in political systems and corporations. The world is now giving a clear message that it wants change for the better. The new consciousness is different and unlike anything we have had in our history. For example, the new humanity wants desperately to stop the wars and violence, but the old consciousness still believes it is the only solution. The mindset of the old consciousness is to overpower, conquer, and seek revenge. The new consciousness calls for peace, compassion, dignity, and respect. The old consciousness was division thinking, us versus them mentality, and the new consciousness is a unified approach. We are all one, and we must work with and help one another. When it comes to the new energy, many of us may have already felt this shift in thinking. If so, it is because we are ready for the new energy. Consciousness has been evolving for many lifetimes. If you feel within that you are a spiritual worker, an old soul, then this is an important time. You have been working on this shift for humanity for many lifetimes as an integral part of this healing process for planet Earth. All intentions, meditations, prayers, activities and self-insight have all come together to change human consciousness. Overcoming personal struggles reflects that healing to the rest of humanity as well. In feeling peaceful, those peaceful vibrations are sent to the minds of others, whether you are aware of this or not. True change and healing occurs at the energetic level of creation. As individual minds heal, the world heals. Mind is causation and the physical world is effect. Therefore, the ills of the world must be solved at the source, which is thinking, energy and consciousness. In this new energy, we are now ready for big work, and that is to truly feel our spiritual mastery. In order to speed up the process of peace and harmony, we must, as individuals, create peace and harmony within our own hearts first. In the old consciousness, this was not always easy to do, up against the dark at every turn. The good news is that, in the new consciousness, various problems of the world will be resolved easier and quicker than before. In technology, for example, we have seen more technological advances in the last 20 years than we have seen in the last 2,000 years. Just as leaps and bounds were made in technologies, imagine the same leaps and bounds occurring in your spiritual awakening. We can do far more in much less time. Shine and continue to shine your energetic light. Fear not what is shown on the news. It is only a transition process. All that occurs is happening in the appropriateness of our human evolution. To brighten your light, drop any drama and negativity by resisting any tendencies to try and fix, fight, or make your past different. The past is old energy. Let it be and set it free. There is nothing in negativity that you need. Walk away from it with courage and confidence. remember that spiritual light is your primary focus. This will heal and increase the positive energy within yourself and the planet as well. Hold thoughts of peace and compassion, especially compassion for yourself, as often as possible in any ways that you can. You cannot help anyone in darkness if you are sinking in darkness yourself. It takes strength to help the weak. It takes health and wellness to heal the sick. Only light, compassion, and power can help those in the dark. Be that which you came here to be. Compassion for self is our self-worth. As we increase our self-worth, all things change for the better. Our world is not suffering because we do not have enough resources. We suffer when a majority of people do not have love and self-worth.